It's Michelle Alexander with another story, and this one is my favorite because it reminds me of how we can take something and make it out of nothing. And it reminds me of how the world was when we went through an economic crash and how people had to really be creative. And we are kind of going through a little bit of that right now, and we are making so much art during this lockdown process. And I'm really excited to share this book with you. It's called Potato, A Tale of the Great Depression, written by Kate Lyde and illustrated by Lisa Campbell Ernst. Let's dive in. This is a story about my grandfather and my grandmother. It's also a story about the Great Depression and how hard things were. Once upon a time, there was a mother named Agnes and a father named Clarence. Then they had a baby girl named Dorothy. Dorothy and her parents lived in Iowa. Clarence and Agnes had not been married long. Clarence lost his job and the bank took away their house. Agnes's father had a job in a coal mine and Clarence joined him. Then, one day, the coal mine closed. Look at them. There were no other jobs available. People took jobs wherever they could find them. Someone they met told them there were jobs in Idaho picking potatoes. Agnes knew someone had a car and they could borrow it. So they borrowed money for gas and left Iowa with Dorothy. And there they are, learning about potato jobs. And there's all those potatoes. Oh, I thought those were potatoes behind them. Maybe in that truck, yeah. And then there they go. For 2 weeks, they lived in tents. Wow, you see the tent? During the day, they picked potatoes, and Dorothy played in the fields among the potato plants. There's Dorothy. The man who owned the farm said that they, in their own time at night, could go out and pick over the fields and get the leftover potatoes. So they bought used burlap sacks for a penny each, 1 cent. They went out that night and picked potatoes and put them in the sacks. So there they are with all those potatoes that they picked. And then at night, they went to get what was left over. At the end of the 2 weeks, they loaded up Dorothy and the potatoes and headed home. There were potatoes wherever there was room for potatoes. On the dashboard, the hood, the trunk, and running boards. Dorothy had to sit on the potato stacks. The money they had to earn from working, they used it for gas. Look at all those potato sacks. Wow. When they got back home, Clarence and Agnes traded potatoes for other things. Groceries, clothes, even a pig. They worked very hard to live on what they had. There's them at the store getting groceries. There's the pig they got. At last, Clarence found a job, and the family moved to Washington, D.C., and then to Hawaii. They're celebrating. Look how happy. Soon, Dorothy had 2 baby brothers, Bob and Gary. Late at night, Dorothy and the boys told stories of potatoes and how they were picked by the light of the moon. All this could have been how I came to love potatoes. The end. Thank you.